I see it time and time again with UI and web design. People love centering, justifying, and right aligning text. People think this makes their content look pretty, or my favorite forbidden word in web design, clean. Let's go over some different types of alignment and how they should be used in different scenarios. Let's start off with the 4 types of alignment: left, center, right, and justified. In terms of specifically web design, these types of alignments are used in different ways. Left is by far the most popular text alignment. It's also the default one. Left alignment is commonly associated with lengthy paragraph text, which enables it to be as easy as possible to read. Center alignment is used more sparingly and for visual appeal, like with these 3 or 4 column layouts on homepages. I also see center alignment being used at the bottom of pages, giving less lengthy content better symmetry. Right alignment is rarely used, if ever. It's unique, so it adds some visual flair to a design. And lastly, there's justified alignment, and that's used more commonly with minimal or luxurious design styles to give it some more visual taste and elegance. Now an important question arises. Even though certain types of text alignment look nicer than others in certain contexts, does text alignment affect user experience and accessibility? And does it affect it so much that you should just avoid using certain alignments altogether? To answer those questions, we have to look at the way our eyes read. When you read a paragraph, your eyes follow the words until you reach the end, where you then quickly find the next word on the next line to begin reading again. With left alignment, this is very easy to do because all the words on the left line up. However, once you start introducing other alignments, like center alignment, your eyes have a much harder time looking for the beginning of the text of the next line because of the inconsistent starting positions. The problem only gets worse when right alignment is involved. You're basically giving your eye a workout at this point. The huge differences in where the first line starts makes your reading outright slower and harder. This is horrible for user experience. But just because center alignment and right alignment aren't as effective as left alignment doesn't mean you shouldn't use them at all. Because in some cases, center and right alignment can look good, be effective, and add to your design. For example, center alignment can look great in small doses. In fact, it's used quite often in modern websites, like in these 3 column layouts, headings, or content under headings. One case where right alignment is effective is in the navigation. So a call to action button can line up with the links, making it very scannable and easy to read. Other than that, right alignment doesn't look good in pretty much any other scenario, unfortunately. The problem starts is when people go too far with these alignments, and they make entire paragraphs center or right aligned, not knowing how this affects readability and user experience. One alignment I've barely touched on is justified alignment. Justified alignment looks like this, where each of the sides line up, creating this pretty professional looking paragraph. It also creates an efficient use of space, which is more important in printed forms like books or magazines, which of course is where this alignment is mostly used. In terms of web design, justified text is rarely used, and for good reason. What can easily happen with justified alignment is in narrow columns or lines with a lot of long words, there can be massive spacings between each word. However, if paragraphs are wide enough, this usually won't happen, as the alignment has enough words to space out to create good-looking text. Even with that being said, justified text can still be bad for user experience, because instead of inconsistent beginnings of lines like in centered alignment, it's the space between each of the words that's inconsistent. So if justified alignment is bad for user experience, then why do books use them? Well, there's a huge difference between books and online content, and that is that books are static while online content needs to shrink or expand depending on your screen size. When justified alignment is used in books or magazines, there are people that go through each page and each line and manually adjust the spacing to get rid of any of those awkward spacings, and even add hyphens if necessary. This is completely unreasonable to do on a website. There are just too many different screen sizes, screen resolutions, and zoom levels to have justified text on a website without having awkward alignment for at least someone. Even ebooks, which are most commonly just PDFs, need to be left aligned to prevent the scaling issues of justified alignment. The reason why books and magazines go through the troubles of justified alignment is because it looks professional, clean, and it can even save on printing costs due to the pages saved in making sure each line of text is used to its full width. So what's the takeaway from this? Well, first, you should use left alignment for the overwhelming majority of content on your website or online in general. Secondly, you shouldn't use center alignment if your paragraph has more than 3 lines. If you do, then the text becomes too noticeably annoying to read. And then, right alignment should rarely or at all be used. If you are using it, make sure the text doesn't have more than 1 line, like a website navigation or a basic title. And lastly, justified text should not be used in digital formats, unless it's something static like an infographic or a poster. It should mainly be used in paper mediums, like books or magazines, and only if you go through and manually fix all the awkward spacings. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe for more shit.